Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video today. We are going to be talking about, as you can probably see from the page, the upcoming NALCS Spring Split. Pretty much I'm just going to talk about like the rosters and maybe who I think is going to do well and stuff. I don't know much. I haven't been watching esports for too long, but I followed the NA split or like season through all of last season, so I know a good amount about these teams. Also, just to let you guys know, I won't be editing this video. It's all in like one cut, so if I cough or like, I don't know, drink my water or anything, just tell me to kill myself or something in the comments. I don't know. But my apologies for that. So let's jump into it. I think we're going to start with Cloud9. They're the first team on the list, so might as well. Cloud9, they're keeping the same roster pretty much, except Meteos is being benched. It says he's a sub, but he's probably not going to play unless Contracts is sick. And Contracts is a young and upcoming jungler. You know, he played in the Challenger Series with High in them, and he did pretty good. So I do think this is an upgrade. I think they'll be fine, and they're going to rotate Ray and Impact a lot, which is kind of interesting to me. Ray is like a more aggressive, I'm a carry the game kind of top laner, where Impact he'll carry with like tanks and stuff, you know. So you got like Poppy and all those, and then Ray plays like I don't know, maybe more Aurelia Ribbon and stuff. I don't know. I haven't watched as much Ray, but yeah, I think he's a little more I'll carry than I'll tank. So I think Cloud9's gonna do super good. I would rate them top three for sure. I'm even considering them being the winner of the split, but I don't know. There's some other contenders that I think could take the title from them. And then moving on to CLG, Counter Logic Gaming. They didn't change their roster at all. They didn't have too many they did struggle a lot, but you know, they won Spring Split, they went to MSI and got second. They didn't get out of groups at Worlds, but they've still got a solid roster. Stixay, he's no longer a rookie, he's really good actually. Afromu obviously is super good. I think Darshan may struggle with all the top lane talent coming in this year, but we'll see how he does. Xmithy and Huhi, you know, they're kind of like, Xmithy may be considered a higher end jungler, but Huhi's definitely like middle of the pack, mid laner. So, I think they're going to be playoff contenders for sure. They're still a good org. They've kept the same team. They still have the communication, so they can definitely do it. We'll see what they do though. You know, I'm excited for it. Moving on is Echo Fox. All right. So Echo Fox, they've got some weird roster changes. Gate is definitely an upgrade, or probably an upgrade from Big. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Big was a rookie, and I think Gate played for like, I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm just not gonna say. Oh, he played for Phoenix One. Okay. So you know, it's probably a small upgrade. Who knows? Depends on the bot lane synergy. Keith is pretty good ADC, you know. He does really good in solo queue, but hasn't performed on stage many times. But maybe this will be a season. Froggen, uh, there's a lot of talk about Froggen. I don't know what to say about him. I still think he's pretty good, but probably not captain and leader material, which is what Echo Fox sets him up to be. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It seems pretty rough for him. Froggen's really unlucky when he starts his own teams, at least historically. So, maybe this will be the roster to turn it around. I don't know how to say this guy's name. Acadian? I just butchered that for sure. But he played in the Challenger Series, as you can see here, and I don't know much about him. I'm sure he's pretty good, or average, you know, not like super good, but I think he's average. He might be an upgrade from Hard, but I don't know. Hard didn't really do much, so it shouldn't be too hard to fill his shoes, you know. And then Looper is obviously an upgrade from KFO. The guy's won worlds, you know. Look at him. Oh my gosh. He's actually my friend's favorite player, so that's pretty interesting small fact. Looper's an upgrade, but communication is an issue. So we'll see how Echo Fox tends to work that out, you know. If they can figure that out, I think they can be pretty good. I don't know if they can make playoffs, but maybe, you know. Anything can happen this split. I really don't know. I think it's pretty close in competition mostly. So, yeah, we'll see how they do. Um, I guess we'll hit FlyQuest Esports next. They are the new team, Cloud9 Challenger, but the same organization can't have two teams, so Cloud9 sold their spot for $2.5 million to the Milwaukee Bucks, I think, or is that Dignitas? I don't know, but one of the traditional sports organizations bought it, and they're keeping the same roster pretty much. They got Balls, High, Altec, and Lemonation, and then since contracts went to the original Cloud9, they have Moon instead. I don't think Moon is as good, but he just hasn't had like his moments on stage, so maybe with this team and with High's legendary shot calling, he can do it. But these guys are probably, mm, I don't want to say washed up, but you know they're getting out of their prime, so we'll see how they can do. High is still a legendary shot caller, Lemonation's a genius. Altec is still really good. Um, Balls, I don't know much to say about him, and Moon just hasn't had his time to shine. So it is possible, they can make something happen. High is that guy you just want to believe in, and he tends to succeed with his shot calling. So, I think he can do it. We'll see. I don't think they're playoff contenders, but I could be completely wrong on like everything in this video, so which would be kind of hilarious. Oh, also, his name's gonna be Fly High, I think. I'm pretty sure that's their tag, which that'll be pretty interesting. Like, that sounds awesome, Fly High. So, which end do we want to start on? We'll start from Team Envious. Alright, we'll go from here. Um, their rosters changed. Oh, they got three Koreans. But they still have Seraph and Ninja, who were kind of their main carries. I mean, Laud carried a lot too, but I think Apollo can probably do that. I don't think they're gonna be playoff contenders. I think they're just gonna like, I don't know. They'll give people a run for their money, but I don't see them winning a ton of games. But if they do, then I'm sorry for what I said. And honestly, them succeeding would be pretty interesting. They're not one of the teams I'm hoping to win. I'm a TSM and Cloud9 fan. I love High, and then Rick Fox is super cool. So there's like, I'm voting for a ton of other teams. So Team Envious is a little lower on my list. But we'll see, they got an interesting roster. I think they could pull something up. And like communication shouldn't be too hard. I think Seraph and Ninja speak like decent English. I don't know though. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that roster. I'm just excited for the whole split. Like honestly, this split is going to be amazing in my opinion, and probably one of the most competitive so far. Moving on to Team Dignitas, though, we have sorry, I need a drink of water. I was like literally dying. But we have Someday. I don't know how to say his name. Okay, but he's a legendary top laner. Like arguably one of the best top laners coming in. He was on KT Rolster, and he's going to be able to compete with all these big names like Impact and Looper, Darshan's, freaking. You got Haunter. Like, there's a ton of really good top laners already, and he's going to be able to compete with that and maybe be the best. We'll see. Keenan, Laud. I think Laud's really good. I think he's up and coming, and I'm excited to see him. X Special, he hasn't done much since his TSM days, but I don't think he's terrible. And Chaser, I I haven't watched him before, but he was on Jin Green Wings, or who's that? I've watched them play before. They're pretty good. And or well, I don't know. I haven't watched them play much. It was at like IEM or something. But yeah, I think their top half of the map, mid, top, and jungle, I think they're all really good. Uh, Bots, they're probably just gonna hold off. They won't like win lane, but they're not gonna lose lane. I think they'll kind of just go even. So if the top half can compete, then I think Dignitas is going to do pretty well, and I'm pretty sure they will be playoff contenders if they can get the communication solved. So, and they have a ton of money, so I think, they might be able to figure that out. We'll see though. Next is Phoenix 1, the legendary Phoenix 1, Anori right here, backdooring TSM, ruining the perfect split. They took it down, and now they're coming back with a stronger, better roster. Arrow is obviously an upgrade. He is super good, arguably one of the best ADCs coming into NA, so that's super exciting. Ryu, he was on H2K. I hope I'm thinking of the right Ryu. Yeah, he was on H2K, and he's super good. We saw him perform at Worlds. He was one of H2K's main carries, so I think he can do that. Adrian was on Immortals, and they're a very dominant team. He plays a lot of healers and stuff, so he can support these guys uh, from the healing position. Hopefully, he expands his champ pool since it's moving into a 10 ban system. Banning him out would be pretty easy since that was kind of happening before, too. So, I think he needs to improve his champ pool. Anori, obviously super good. And then Zig, is this the Zig I'm thinking of? No, this isn't the Zig I'm thinking of. I don't know which one I'm thinking of. He's from, like, the LPL. But he was on Team Liquid, I guess. I don't remember him. I feel terrible. But I'm sure he's pretty good, and he can round it out. I feel like this team can do pretty well. I heard they have a ton of hype coming into the season. I mean, after last season, they went 0-10, and then they came back and they started doing like beating everyone. I was hoping they'd make playoffs, but they didn't make playoffs. But it was still super cool to watch. And so the Phoenix may rise in the spring split. Who knows? So moving on to the Mortals or Immortals, whatever you prefer. They are probably one of the most interesting rosters. They got POB in the mid lane. He's always a solid mid laner. He's pretty good at shot calling or I don't know. I think he's good at shot calling. I don't know. I think Reignover might have done it. But he's overall a pretty good mid laner. They say he's NA's best mid laner since um, people say that Bjergsen's not an NA mid laner, but technically he doesn't take an import slot anymore. So I'd say Bjergsen's the best. And you got Dardoch, the star rookie, and Flame, who was also super good in his region. And then Cody, an upcoming rookie, and Olel. I have not heard much of him, but we watched them play at I think it was IEM. They didn't do terrible. There are lots of question marks, so we'll see what happens. As long as they can keep the communication well, I think this roster can do really good because there's been talk that these three players are pretty toxic. That's kind of funny, flaming, but uh, I think it should be fine as long as they can make sure that no one's flaming each other and they work to aim for success. If Cody can be like Stix A and just break out, holy crap, that scared me so much. This is my Overwatch thing, or not Overwatch, Overwatch Kappa. But yeah, if Cody can break out like Stix A did, then they could succeed. They've got Dardoch, they've got POV, so that's a good duo right there. Everyone says Flame's really good. Good talk about Olel, and so all eyes on Cody. Oh, probably not all eyes on him. All eyes on Dardoch most likely, but I want Cody to succeed, and I think him doing really well this split will really help Immortals compete. I don't know where their placement's gonna be though, and I don't think I'm gonna make a blind placement because I don't want to be way off. That'd be super awkward, and so yeah, I just don't want to do that because I'd feel so dumb if I got it super wrong. I'd be like, no, don't look at me. I'm sorry. But yeah, moving on to Team Liquid. Team Liquid's, you know, they are a pretty interesting organization. They've brought in a lot of people before. They had their 10-man roster last season, and they switched out a lot of people from their TLA team. And yeah, it's. I'm recording a video, sis. Okay, well, I don't think she cares. But they've got Lorlo, who's improved a crap ton, so I think he should be. I don't think he's going to dominate the top lane because of how strong the top laners are, but he's going to be able to hold his own. Reignover is, a genius, one of the stars of Immortals and Fnatic when both of those organizations were shining really bright, or at least in the seasons. And so, he can carry teams. We'll see how he does, though. Golden Glue, when they were at IEM, I hope I'm not getting that wrong. I think it's IEM, though. He did really good and carried super hard some games, and then some games he wouldn't carry, at all. He'd kind of do bad. So lots of question marks there. There's a lot of mid lane talent, but I think he can hold his own. I think this team's going to be like middle of the pack, maybe lower end, but we'll see. They got Piglet, who's still a star. If he can get back into form, that should be really good for their roster. And then Matt, apparently he had like a lot of tilting problems. If you watch their one movie thing, I forget what it's called. But if he can get past that, it's a new roster. They're not trying to flame, they're trying to learn. So we'll see how they do. I'm thinking middle of the pack or lower end. And then Team Solo Mid, it's my fan favorite. I'm a little biased. Well, actually, Cloud9's my favorite organization, but I love Bjergsen and I like Biofrost a lot. Well, I like this whole roster pretty much, but Bjergsen's my favorite player. So yeah, starting with Haunter, I think he can compete with the top laners. I don't know if he'll be considered the best since there's so many good ones, but I think he can be in the top half. These four right here, they've already got the synergy. It's all on Wild Turtle. How much does he affect the game? How much different is it without Double Lift? And I think it'll be way different, but I don't think they're going to lose because they still have a core team that's super good. And Wild Turtle, it's not like the guy's trash. He's still a super good AD carry. He's been to Worlds multiple times. Like, he can still compete, and he's not just going to feed his booty off, so we should be fine. And yeah, that's all for my NA LCS Spring Split discussion, I guess, since it wasn't really predictions. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.